Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We are back for part 8 of our Mario Kart Wii playthrough. We just 2-starred and won the Leaf Cup on 50cc. We're going to go back in, take on the final of the Retro Cups in 50cc, see what we can't do. Again, I do that blank screen, kind of no sound, just in hopes of not having audio lag. You know, it'll help sync the commentary. Anyway, we're using Koopa Troopa, standard kart, automatic transmission, of course, you know, no drifts. Just trying to make this as close as I can for everybody. But as you can see, you know, we've 2-starred all of the Retro Cups thus far, and now we're going to do the Lightning Cup, which is going to be a problem because it has a Rainbow Road track in it. SNES Mario Circuit 3 DS Peach Gardens. I actually really like that track. Oh, there's not a Rainbow Road. I was thinking of Mario Kart 7, I guess. So it shouldn't be too bad. Mario Circuit 3, which again, that dates way back, I think like 91 or so, with Mario the original. Then we've got Peach Gardens. That was kind of neat. Loose Chain Chomps, of course. Gian's GameCube. DK Mountain, that's a pretty sweet track. And then Bowser's Castle from N64. So hopefully things will go well for us. We should unlock quite a few things after this, especially if we 1-star it. This one, I think there's oil spills you have to contend with. Lost a little bit of audio there. I'm hoping it wasn't anything too crazy. Looks like we got a lot of piranha prowlers on this one. Alright. That was a nice cut through the pack there. Somehow we dodged that. There's a couple of places you can cut through. That's ridiculous. There's a couple of places you can cut through, you know, the track here is a shortcut. Oh, that's weird, we got a blooper. I'm gonna kind of slow down, let Toad keep that lightning cloud. Like right there is one you can kind of mushroom through. You've probably seen a couple of oil spots now. If you go through those, it slows you down. So that little yellow arrow we went on is essentially what graduated into the, you know, full-blown like red and white ramps we see in modern-day tracks, which also cover much more area than they originally did. Like it usually covers the width of the track unless you're off the boundaries. You know, the little yellow ones here in the original game, they're much more precise, meaning if you're not on that inside line, there's, you know, basically nothing for you. So this one actually, for what it's worth, is a lot like a, you know, real track where you kind of want to aim at, you know, the red and white. Or at least it works well that way, you know, if you do. Kind of gives you the best line, essentially. So I guess I shouldn't get too technical with Mario Kart Wii, since I can be talking about lines and speed and the apex of the corner, and then that happens, you know, you get hit by lightning and lose all your banana peels. So whatever, you know, we'll just stick to what the game is and go from there. Alright, there again you kind of see that. It looks like King Boo is going to be second again, just like he was second in all of the 50cc Leaf Cup races. I got Toad, Bowser, Mario all in the top 5. We'll kind of monitor them, see how they do here. But not much margin of victory there. It was 9 seconds between me and last place. So. Kind of to be expected, you know, back in the day, and they'd have like short tracks, but you like went 5 laps and stuff. This one I really like. I don't know why. It's kind of neat. Like, I guess because I could see it being like the back lawn of her castle or something, you know. A couple of places you can cut through the flowers. That usually works better if you've got the mini turbos going. Also like the music here. You do want to be careful. That line I just took, it's easy to get knocked in the water, particularly when you're a small character. But, like right there, you can cut through. You know, really, you kind of need the turbos or a mushroom to do it. But, and again, in that area as well. Issue up here is you've got 2 loose chain chomps, which I probably don't really remember well since I haven't played in quite some time. But generally, you know, if you stay out of their path, you know, you'll be okay. Right there, you can save time cutting through. But again, you know, the music isn't bad, and you know, it's just a cool track, really. Got a ramp there, you know, if your cart's set up for it, you've got the, you know, speed mechanism to make it happen. Looks like Bowser and Toad. Can't really spot King Boo at the moment. I'm sure he's somewhere. If you note that shrub in the middle is actually like a, you know, supposed to be a Mario. I think it's kind of funny. I don't really know what I'll talk about, like in 100 and 150cc. I guess since the competition, you know, like there won't probably be many segments like this where I'm just like breezing through the track. There's King Boo in second now. But I'll probably just be commentating on all the crowd that's hitting us and stuff like that. But, you know, I guess that's why this is 50cc, you know, that way I kind of get to like tell you my views on the track and, you know, point stuff out that we may later do or something, you know. It's kind of funny if you look at the character map on the racetrack layout. It's almost like everybody is in that little gridlock area with the shrubs and everything. You do want to avoid the moles, of course. Funny we keep getting red Koopa shells here. Generally when you're out in front, you know, you get like banana peels, green shells, and item boxes. But King Boo, for what it's worth, well, he just got spun out. But it looks like him and Toad, you know, might be vying for second and third here. Let's see if we can't maybe. Yeah, it's thought maybe we can turn it, but like I said, if you have the you know, standard or mini drift set up, you know, you can cut through there, save a little bit of time compared to some of the other routes. Otherwise, you know, you'll just want to stay through unless you've got like a mushroom, etc. Oh, okay, I nearly hit that. I thought it was a mushroom. I think that might have been the one we lost, in all honesty. So hopefully that red shell will stop King Boo. Probably run into something first, but I've got a really big lead here for what it's worth. So. Now those moles, the only time they're really a problem is when you're just not paying attention, or if you're like caught in the pack and you kind of get bumped into one type deal. So. But nonetheless, got first place in that one. DF's Peach Gardens. We got King Boo and Toad right behind us. So King Boo is on a tear here. I guess he switched the Piranha Prowler, and he's quite the competitive racer, it seems. So, Bowser, Baby Mario, you know, all potentially in the mix to come up and grab a trophy. This one, what is it? Is it Bowser's Castle? No. Okay, this is DK Mountain. Pretty cool. Main thing that you have issues with here is the freaking boulders that come down, and of course, like that bridge, you'll probably see me get hit with a blue shell, and then second place will whiz by and knock me into the ditch. If it doesn't happen here, it probably will in 100 or 150. Yeah. But I really like the track. Right there, we kind of got the shaft right off the bat. See if we get a good power up. And there we go. Back into first place. We got King Boo hot on our tail. Sadly, lost the golden mushroom. Don't really remember the exact ideal path here, but I remember it, you know, for what it's worth. Main thing, you know, it's just kind of like sometimes the boulders, when you factor in enemies and stuff, kind of get to be a bit of a problem. There are some larger ones as you progress. There's also an area it's really easy to get off the track, you know. I think right there is one of them, you know. Got some really tight turns on this one. I knew I couldn't get the item to hit that, so I just kind of took it. Right here is, you know, usually where I get bumped off and bad things happen. So got through it okay that time. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. For what it's worth, we haven't seen near as many blue shells as we did in the you know, Wii races, the new tracks. It's pretty sweet. Look at the volcano. I mean, it's kind of cheesy now, but I mean, at the time, you know, I still think it's neat, you know. Kind of like the view of the plains, and you've got the river down below and everything. And actually, over there, you saw a few people, I guess they're far behind, get blasted out of the cannon. Kind of gives you an idea of the expanse of the track. It should go out, hopefully. Okay, flirted with disaster there, and we won that time. I guess that was a red shell. So there's probably a blue one coming. Okay, can't really see now. See enough to center ourselves. Okay, good lord, it was our own banana peel. But like I said, that's usually when bad things happen. Luckily, there was no one around us. That would have been like 150cc. We would have been hit. Then we would have been knocked off by an enemy. And then when we got put back down, we would have been right on top of our own banana peel. Would have fallen to about 10th place or so. And then 11th would have gone by with a bullet bill and bounced us. And then 12th would have come and knocked us off into the water. You know, and then you would like do everything in your power to make a comeback. And probably wind up like in 4th or something. But, you know, you get the general idea of what happens, you know. So. Looks like we got a pretty big lead, but it's still King Boo. That's 2nd place. It'd be nice if someone would just go ahead and step up and take 2nd for a change. Good lord, I had to slow down there. I don't know what that ran into. Maybe it just went off the track or something for us. If I could... It's hard to pick this stuff up on the map. Okay, luckily that green shell got it for us. So. Oh, we had a pretty big lead, 5 seconds over him. Bowser bumped up there into the top. Looks like him and Toad could be in contention for some stuff. We should get a trophy regardless, but we could lose 1st place to King Boo, so don't want to do that, you know. Alright, so N64, Bowser's Castle. Really like this one. Don't have much trouble until you get to like the roof scene, which, well, they didn't show it, but basically what happens is I get hit by items and then dropped into the lava, and then it throws off your timing, and when you hit the ramps you get hit by the lava spout, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If not here, you should be shortly seeing it. So, and again, as a lightweight character, you got to be careful for getting bounced. Music here is also pretty good. I like the way the thwomp's just gonna like move in unison, you know. It looks like we're behind only Peach at this point. Okay, this is another dangerous area as a lightweight character. Really, any character that bridge is so narrow. We hit somebody. I guess it was Peach. Alright, now coming up here, you kind of do like spindly stairs, and then you really get into a mess. Particularly if you're like caught in the pack or something. You can go from like 4th place to 12th in the blink of an eye. So Right here, there's no lava yet. And I don't remember which way to go here either. Okay, I guess both of them? Yeah. Give me a lap or two to kind of pick back up on that. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet, statue that spits the fire though. So yeah, Peach, Bowser, Toad, and then King Boo. So. Luckily we were small there. We probably would have had trouble getting through that gap. Okay, I'd like that mushroom, but it would just like sent me into the wall. Got a pretty big lead here. That said, a few blue shells and that evaporates. So. King Boo's back there. Looks like he got hit again, so hopefully that continues for us. That way, we could possibly, if something bad happens, finish like second, third, or fourth, and maybe still come out on top. So we see that one, and you want to try and avoid the lava spouts, obviously. And the trick here is to know that you have to keep going and not turn ahead of that spindle. Oh, King Boo looks like he's fourth or fifth now. Here we go. It's the final lap, and we've started the item frenzy. It should give people trouble with the banana peel there too. Plus, I just as well unload it since I absolutely can't do anything with it. There is no way that Koopa shell made it past that thwomp. I'm going to call BS on that one. We still got a pretty big lead here. Still, that can affect your star rating. We timed that one just right with the angle. I was thinking it would still be there. Okay, so Peach is closing in, and there's, King Boo is right behind her. Thanks to Toad, Bowser, and Mario for letting that happen. Looks like we might have got Luigi, I think. Okay, luckily that came before the jump area up here. That's usually when I get hit with them. It's not to say another one won't come. Okay, so that went down, so we want to be on this side. Alright, I think we got this one in the bag now. There we go. Looks like King Boo yeah. King Boo has gotten second place in 8 consecutive races now. Just barely edged her out. As you can see, we won by a landslide here. That'll change later on, 100, 150 cc, but yeah. Looks like Toad squeaked into third place still. Don't think he finished well there, but main thing is we won, got first place, and we can check out the cutscene, see, hopefully, if we got a 1-star ranking, I'll be happy. We'll have unlocked pretty much everything you can in 50cc, I think. So there's Toad and the little baby stroller, and then we got King Boo, who, for what it's worth, that's a combination I may try out because he seems to be tearing it up in the Piranha Prowler. So, I don't really remember ever playing this and seeing King Boo come in second that many times. Usually alternates between cups or something. But anyway, there we go. Interesting. Mario looked to be, or Waluigi looked taller than Bowser right there. There's the Lightning Cup first place trophy, and once again we were able to 2-star it luckily. So 12 up on King Boo, 25 up on Toad. That's a pretty big margin of victory. But like I said, 50cc is kind of like the cakewalk edition, and then you really start to run into issues 100, 150cc. Game is much less forgiving. But Anyway, I kind of got to yak on about each of the tracks, kind of what I thought of them, how if I liked the music, etc. So I guess that's something to take from this one. Plus, we did it all with Koopa Troopa, so I don't know if anyone's ever bothered to record that or not. So kind of make it unique, I suppose. But we'll go ahead and exit out of here, kind of see what we unlocked. Oh, the credits. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna make you watch them yet because I feel like that should be with the 150cc. Oh, can I not skip them? Well, that's gonna suck. Yep. Guess we'll be watching the credits here, folks. Well, that's a really good look at the Piranha Prowler with King Boo for what it's worth. This is not something I banked on. I was pretty sure you could skip the credits. It's not letting me do that. I was really needing to yawn. Yeah, enjoy. I don't really know what to say here. None of the buttons will, do anything. Maybe after the first time you watch it, you can skip it. I don't know. There's my me statue, as you can see. It's kind of cool. Cheap blimp. Music's not horrible here. Congratulations to Mickey Wantabi. Or Mikey, I don't know. There's kind of a shot of Koopa Troopa tearing the track up. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I thought it kept going. It does. Okay, well, still can't skip anything. Again, this is something I forgot. I was pretty sure you could skip all of this. I'm like even trying button combinations. I'm holding 1, 2, A, B, and various D-pad directions with no impact. So, we'll just keep waiting. Yeah, I may go through after this is done and play this again 50cc and see if we win. If then I can skip the credits, or I'm gonna have to like bank on this happening every time. Reason I'm letting the credits roll is simply I want everyone to see what we unlocked, and I don't want to have to like re-record it. That said, if this drags out for a long time, I might have to do that. It's because I don't want to lose my commentary, which should be over right now. Nintendo of America is what NOA stands for on the credits, if anyone wondered. So I always wondered like how they pick. There goes my computer going to sleep. Can't really blame it. We're at the 23-minute mark. I mean, this isn't gonna drag out quite that long, but I enjoy the credits like the first time, and then after that I kind of live without them, type deal. Sometimes you wonder like if it's trying to tell you should use Yoshi and the Sugar Scoot, at Delfino Square, and Waluigi and the standard bike at Waluigi Stadium, etc. It's pretty climatic, and since we see that, we know the end. You get to see a pretty cool deal coming up here, if you haven't seen it. Right there, and then they'll offer to email it to your Wii message board, but tell you that it'll fill up your Wii message board. But there I am, chilling with Mario and Peach and my sweet blue jumpsuit thingy. No, we don't, because I have many that don't look like that. So, anyway, here's what I wanted to show you. You won the Lightning Cup on 50cc. That means you have unlocked Diddy Kong. and then you scored a star in the entire Retro Grand Prix on 50cc, that means that you've unlocked a small cart, the Cheap Charger. Kind of a cool one. You won all trophies and all cups on 50cc. You can now play the 50cc Grand Prix with carts and bikes. Okay, so there you go. I think that is everything you can do on 50cc, if I recall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, you know, because we got at least a 1 star in all of it. Let me go ahead and come in there, kind of recap that, since it's sort of like the grand finale of the 50cc one. Which amazingly, I mean, I've recorded all this in like, you know, 2 hours it seems like, so I'm kind of used to like the Skylander stuff that just goes on and on at this point. Anyway, you can kind of see here we've got, you know, Diddy Kong is right above DK. You know, filled out the roster a little bit more, and then I mean, let me just go ahead and pick him, I guess, to show it to you. So 50cc here, you know, Retro Cup, which is Shell, Banana, Leaf, and Lightning. We got first and 2-starred everything, and then on the Wii tracks, just basically the Wii Grand Prix, got first place and 1-starred everything. So again, you know, I don't know if these were just easier for me or if it's just the fact that, you know, I played these 4 to kind of get reaccustomed to the game. But that's basically what I'm going to want to do, is try and at least get a 1 star on everything. That way we can unlock, I think, pretty well everything in the game if you keep that up. You know, short of like the time trial stuff, you know, and mirror mode, etc. But yeah, that's it. Basically came in, we picked out Koopa Troopa. We used the standard small cart, and we had it set on automatic, you know, no manual drifts or mini turbos. And got through, like you just saw there, 1 star on all the Wii Cups, and then the bottom 4 Retro Cups we got 2 stars. Pretty well unlocked everything that you can, you know, at that point in time. And plan now, of course, I'll come in, we will do the 100cc stuff. Got a character picked out for that. Hopefully it works out well. And then we'll just kind of go from there, see what happens. But questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube or the blog for a quicker response, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And as always, thanks for watching.